Another episode's about to start.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talking Through the Medias, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. Remember to like and subscribe. Send us in those questions, those comments, because we want to hear them. I'm Amy Newman, and joining me today is I've run out of adjectives for you. The really, really good Chris Fagan.
Hey, we'll just, you know what? We might edit that out. You know what? Maybe not. Who knows? Really, really good is great. You know, that's fine. That's fine. My feelings aren't hurt. Guys, we want to remind you to stay active in the community. Send us those topics that you want to talk about on Why Is That Trending by emailing us at mail@t3medias.com. Don't forget, you can also catch the podcast version of this episode on iTunes and SoundCloud. And on the weekends, you might, check us out on We Got Your Mail. So right now, let's get into what's trending first on what is it called? Why is that trending? I'm always messing up the name of the thing that I named. I think that's going to be like a way I open the show. What the hell did I call it? So
if I had named it, I'd be like, oh, he hates it. I don't know what's going on, though. You could have picked a different.
But I named the damn thing, and I can never remember the damn thing. I'm always saying the damn thing every episode because I can never remember it.
You're like, things are trending now.
Yeah. What the hell is trend? What the hell? That's probably what we should name it after some of these topics. But you know what? I think the first one that we're going to talk about is a pretty cool one. So,
yeah,
Amy Newman.
No, actually, some good news for once in this hellscape of a year. Epic Games announced the launch of The Renegade, the viral TikTok dance created by Atlanta teenager Jalaiah Harmon. So it's not clear whether Epic and Harmon struck some kind of licensing deal, but it's a possibility considering the developer's rocky legal history with dance emotes. Throughout Fortnite's meteoric rise, starting in the fall of 2017, the game has featured a number of real-world dances copied from pop culture. The inclusion of the Renegade emote is also a nice gesture for Harmon, who largely went unrecognized for her dance, even as it became one of the most popular moves on TikTok and other social platforms earlier this year. Only after articles by publications like the New York Times and Vox did Harmon get the proper credit for her massively influential contribution to pop culture. And now, Harmon will forever be immortalized in the world of Fortnite.
All right. So what do you know about this Renegade? Are you on TikTok?
No.
Well, that's the funny thing about that dance. Everybody knows it, even if you're not.
I had to look it up. Once I started, I know the Fortnite dances. I know my boyfriend had TikTok, but then I was like, we're going to get hacked by China, I think. I don't fully understand, but we're going to delete it. But I looked it up, and it was one of those okay, I've seen this around. The Fortnite dances, so it's cool that they're giving her proper credit too, because I do also know there is a pretty lame history on TikTok of the creators of stuff not getting proper credit, once it sort of takes off in the mainstream.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Fortnite was hit real big on that because it reminded me of that. What's that other dancer's name? The young boy who invented the floss dance. And Fortnite, I think they used that dance and did not ask his permission. And I think it was a TMZ video. They caught up to him and said, "Hey, are you going to reach out to Fortnite because they're using your dance?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a couple calls and whatnot." And I heard that eventually they made a deal, but not TikTok. It was Fortnite was taking a lot of people's original dances that some young people were just making up on the spot, but people knew where the source was for the most part and was getting in trouble for it. Dude, we don't think you're paying for these or at least asking for permission, likeness rights, whatever it is. But either way it goes, you're opening yourself up for some kind of a lawsuit. You can sue anybody for anything in America. I'm not wearing that damn mask. You can sue anybody for anything nowadays. But I was happy that she got the credit that she deserved. Because I dabble in TikTok just a little bit. You guys might have seen. You might have seen a video of me and my daughter doing that Renegade dance. I had her on my shoulders, and she was bouncing around trying to do the dance and the Renegade and all that stuff. And when I first looked up the dance, I thought it was created by, who's the most famous TikToker, that young girl? I forgot her name. She's the
I like literally just read her name in an article
right.
today.
You guys know who I'm talking about, and people thought
The girl,
yeah, like
everybody
the one that
followed.
the one who really made the dance even more
But
famous.
she's a dancer,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they
So
were like every time she went out on in public, they were like, "Do the renegade dance, do the renegade dance," and then the person who made up the song had to go out of his way to say, "No, this person invented the dance," and it looks like Fortnite acknowledged that, and they were like, I guess we don't want to get sued anymore, so let's make an event out of it. Let's give her the credit, and they put her name all out there. So that was amazing.
and
I
I
was
just saw
glad
because
that.
I Googled it. I was like trying to make sure I'm like, I think I've seen this and I had, but she was on I think Ellen doing the
Yes,
dance. And like she's really getting her moment, which is cool because I feel like it's one of those things. It's such a like dumb moment when you hear it, but it is not that Fortnite should know better, but I think as a
right.
general public, it's so easy.
Hmm.
Sort of like when you said like, oh, the kid who invented the floss.
Right.
I'm like, oh,
Was it
yes, someone
Backpack
came
Boy
up
or
with
something
that.
like
But
that?
like I always just think of that stuff as like, oh, like someone did it first, but everybody's kind of just do it. But especially with something like TikTok, it's pretty easy with the way that app works to like trace the audio file back and start figuring out like this is who started this.
Right.
So there's really no excuse to not give credit where credit is due. And I think it's just something we have to be more aware of not being like, well, I saw the really famous TikToker do it.
Yeah.
So
Let's give her the money for it. Like, no,
which is
that's not
usually
how.
what happens of like the already famous, usually like young white kids get the credit. And it's like, well, that's not always where stuff's coming from. So
I guarantee that until this Fortnite deal, that the other young lady probably was getting way more money just because of the level of views her
yeah,
videos naturally get because of
yeah.
she has the most subscribers out of anybody in the world right now. I'm pretty sure she was getting way more money than the person who invented the dance until this moment because Fortnite, whether I like it or not, me and my friends, we make fun of that game because that game is geared towards a younger audience. The original version of that game is called PUBG. It's for more like older kids
Right.
and adults. And but Fortnite they make way more money because their target demographic is children.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that now that young lady is probably crushing it now, and I'm glad now she's on Ellen, like you said, on Ellen and whatnot,
And getting the
and getting
recognition and the,
recognition.
even if it's not like $1 billion contract, just having your name out there associated with something like that is
Exactly,
always,
it's exciting. I'm happy for her.
yeah.
So yeah. So well, guys, let us know what you guys think about this trending topic. Are you happy for her? Do you think that this is going to be the way forward with TikTok and Fortnite? Are they finally going to start paying the original creators of these dances the way they should have been doing from day one? And what do you guys think about it and all that? And tell us why you think Fortnite sucks and PUBG rules. We might talk about it on We Got Your Mail. I just opened up a whole can right there. All right. What's the next trending topic?
So Warner Brothers has removed Tenet from its release calendar, delivering a big blow in the exhibition industry at a time when movie theaters had hoped to peg their reopening to the late summer debut of Christopher Nolan's sci-fi thriller. In what would be a surprise move, Warner Brothers may release Tenet overseas before it opens in the U.S. Though North America remains the biggest movie-going market in the world, international cinemas look to be ahead of the States in their efforts to reopen. Sources at the studio stress they will have to be flexible with plans to unveil Tenet, suggesting that the film won't have a traditional rollout. Oh, Tenet. I just feel like I'm like, there's no way the movie could even be that good, right? Like, I feel like we're all gonna finally get to see it. It's like we'll all get the vaccine. We'll be like, it's Tenet time,
Yeah.
baby. And it's not. I have this like feeling it's gonna be like, oh, that's it.
Oh no,
Like,
Christopher
there's no way.
Nolan. No, you can't bet against it. It's like Christopher
I'm sure it
Nolan.
will be fine, but
I'm
like,
sure the movie's great. You know what it feels like to me? I feel like Tenet is going to be America's reward for doing a good job and getting this damn pandemic under
like the
control.
carrot on the end of the stick, like
Exactly.
wear a mask
You're
and you
not.
can get it.
You can't
I
get
don't
your.
know why. I was actually we passed like a poster for Tenet
Uh-huh.
today, and I was just like,
Never gonna happen.
this poor movie. I don't know why they don't, because honestly, movies, and I get it. It's hard. Change is hard, and I
Yeah.
understand that. But also, a lot of movies have been so successful with the like just release a video on demand, charge the
Well,
20.
the budget for this one is it's one of those blockbusters. It
Yeah.
would go if it goes on VOD, it's gonna lose a ton of money. It's already over. It's the market. It's not just the marketing alone was over 100 plus $1 million, but the film budget is like 250, I believe, 250
I
million.
feel like by the time we see it, just like the technology, and it's gonna be like, oh, I guess that was relevant when it came out.
2025, yeah, man, that was worth the wait. It's almost like that whole you can't have your pudding until you eat your meat kind of a situation in
Yeah.
America. It's like you're not gonna get your Tenet, your
I
Christopher
like to
Nolan.
imagine just like over at Oxford, like those scientists are like, we're going to make the vaccine
Yeah,
and we're gonna see Tenet.
Tenet, yeah, exactly. That's your
That's what we're
reward.
all hustling for.
But it's what's happening. They're talking about when I first saw the tweet from Variety, I believe it was. They said it's being taken off indefinitely. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like indefinitely? That doesn't make any sense. This movie is too expensive to go to VOD first. The only way it can make a significant amount of money or its money back would be theaters. Now, North America is half, if not more, of the butts that we in the seats that you need to make a dent and a splash in the pocketbook. But with all the other countries out there who have gotten the pandemic under control, I say it's better than nothing. Like at least,
Yeah.
and that's what they say they
Well,
might
no
do.
one's gonna, I mean, it's weird, it's unorthodox, but like you can still release it here when it is safe to do so.
Yeah,
You
like
know, like
but
I
with all the people who what am I trying to say? Who pirate? I'm pretty sure that once they release it in like China and these other countries, somebody's gonna record it, and then in North America, little by little, is gonna be watching a pirated version of it. It's gonna hurt.
gonna hurt, but I don't think it would hurt enough to really
I agree. I agree with you because
really
it was
cause
the
it dead. If it's truly good and people are truly as excited about it as
right. Oh, from the maker of the Batman Nolan trilogy and the Inception and all that. We're waiting for it. This was supposed to be the first blockbuster to reopen America. This was supposed to be the
it
celebration.
still probably will be, to be honest. It just keeps getting
Keeps getting pushed, and
inching back that finish line, man.
I mean,
But I think they're just also I think at the end of the day, it's like we've talked, you know, and I feel like everybody I've talked to has been like, even if numbers are down and it's safer and they start reopening a theater, like movie theaters,
are you gonna go
sitting in
that
a
first week?
like air conditioned room of people for 2 hours, I think is going to be a pretty hard line for people. So I think they're just going to have to wait and see.
How
Wait
comfortable will you be?
until
You're
we're
gonna
really
you're gonna be sitting there on your seat, and all of a sudden the credits start rolling, or the trailer in a world, and all of a sudden in the three rows behind you, you hear, and we gotta go.
Those floors are already so sticky. I don't trust. You kidding me?
I always say the same thing every time I hear these floors are sticky. Never mind. It's an old who is that comedian? Dane Cook joke. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But I always have a comeback for these floors are sticky. Yeah, moving on, guys.
Wow. Okay.
What do you think about this rollout of? So, if they're talking about making Tenet come out in other countries besides North America first, which is not uncommon. They usually have movies released certain days, but it's usually like maybe a week or two and whatnot. But if we're talking about it's coming out in China and Germany and England and whatnot in July or August, and then we're not going to get it till like January. What do you guys have to say about that? Put in the box below. Let us know what you guys think about all that. Any questions you got or comments you have on that subject, we'll talk about it definitely on We Got Your Mail. So let us know what you guys think. So what's the next trending topic that's going on out there, Amy?
Up next, we have the live action game Gamer Girl. After its release, the trailer for Gamer Girl was met with severe backlash. Following this, Wales Interactive has pulled the controversial trailer from its YouTube channel and released a statement defending its stance on the focus of the game. Gamer Girl is intended to be a full motion video or FMV game where players will act as the moderator to up and coming live streamer Abby Cake 99. Through real-time chat scenarios and leveling mod abilities, the goal of the game is to guide Abby's choices as she navigates through a troubling scenario. The plot revolves around an anonymous chat member who becomes more and more of a threat by stalking the live streamer.
Dun dun dun! Backlash,
I feel like
guys.
it's just like proving the point of the game. Of like, how dare you make a game about harassment of women in the game industry? We'll harass you till you take it down.
Exactly. Cancer culture activate. I mean, it's like, is there not a boardroom that would have told these people, like, I don't think this is a good idea.
It sounds awesome. Like, honestly, I think that sounds super interesting. But
did you watch the trailer? Did you see?
I didn't get a chance to.
It's not like your traditional video game. It's live. Right. It's real, like, videos and whatnot. And you make decisions, super cool. and so this woman acted it all out. But Twitter just had a whole day with this, like how you're glamorizing these things that we're really going through. And there are female streamers who do go through this.
Yeah, but I think that's why the game's important. Like,
to bring
better way to talk about this in the gaming industry than with video games.
That's interesting. See, I thought I would have had money that you would have been like for the whole this is exploiting something so you're saying that
I think it depends on how they handle it. Like I don't know a ton about the game. I think there is room for a really interesting conversation to be opened about what this huge issue in this industry looks like via the industry. But yeah, it's a fine line for sure, and I think it would just depend on the sort of how they go about, if it feels like a conversation or if it just feels like, isn't this funny how we torture this young lady? Yeah. Like, that's what I was worried about. Like, if it's now, you're probably right, because this is just the trailer. The point of the trailer is to get people talking about it and raise people's expectations of it. And it was immediately met with your glamorizing, something such and such, which, and I probably should have read up a little bit more, because the makers of the games, they had their statements and they defended themselves a little bit. So if you're right, if I'm going to agree with you on that. If it is just like, hey, this is a story based on, like, what do they say? Is art imitating life? If it's, this is a story based on some stuff that goes on, but if it, I guess, I don't know. I guess it'll be evident if it's like just exploiting it and like the pain of what real people go through and whatnot. But at the same time, art imitating life. I mean, that's true about anything. I mean, a few years after the towers fell in 2011, 9/11. There was a movie about it already. People were like, "Is this too soon? Is this?" A couple of years ago, there was a video game that was made. I forgot what it was called, like Rampage or something like that. No, that was a movie. But there was a video game where it was about you being a gunman, and the point of the game is to mow down crowds of innocent people, like stuff like that. And there's a movie called Rampage about the same exact thing. Yeah.
It's a trilogy, actually, but. It's like you said. Are you trying to make a statement, or are you trying to bring awareness to it, or are you making money off of a sensitive stuff? So I guess time will tell. I'm wondering. So far, I haven't seen that the game was canceled, so it's coming. So I guess it's only a matter of time until we all find out. What do you think? Is this a game that you would be interested in, like, seeing a little bit, like, at least check the trailer out, see what you think about it? Like, maybe.
Oh, I thought you were asking, like.
No, I'm asking you, like, would you? I mean, if you check the trailer out, and if it's, like, do you think it's something that you would even play?
I mean, I'm not a huge gamer to begin with, so the odds of me, like, going out and buying this video game are relatively low. But I play some video games, and I think it's definitely, again, I think it's just a lot of questions of, like, how are we handling this? How are we going about this? Because I do think it's a really, from what I do know of the gaming industry, that is a huge, huge issue, like mistreatment of women in that industry, misogyny in that
who
industry.
stream themselves playing games and whatnot. Yeah.
And I think if it's opening doors to have that conversation and it's touching on that, I think that is really important. That is something I would get behind and be curious to see in play. But
Right.
yeah, if it plays it off as more like, ooh, a horror movie, it's like,
Yeah.
but even then,
It could be just be a horror
like,
movie.
I don't know. We also like, then at that point, it's like, well, we can't have serial killer slasher movies because serial killers kill people. You know, it's like, I don't know. I also don't know where you draw that line of like,
people are wondering, are we chickening in the?
We can't like use this because it has happened to someone.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That thing, you know what? You're right. I'm you know what? Now I'm on board now. Like I'm not saying this is something that should be made light of, but at the same time, just like any horror movie, if we come at it from that point, it's just another like horror movie.
And a lot of horror movies have really insightful stuff to say when you actually get past the like. You know, there's a reason people are drawn to that. It's like, what is the psychology of murder? What is the you know, what does drive people to do that? So I don't know. I think to me, it's just a let's see what they have to say. If they have something to say, even if it is through a bit of a lens, I think there's an argument to be made for that.
Yeah, I mean, if any movie has proven that, like 365 DNI, yeah. So, guys, let us know what you guys think about this subject. You know what? Do you know what this reminds me of? Me and you. I'm not going to say the name of the channel, but me and you were just texting about a certain YouTube channel that kind of like reminded me of this a little bit, and I was like, so it's like, is this a situation where it's like the stalker or the villain in this game is thinking, oh, well, if you're putting yourself out there in a certain way, then you deserve this type of attention. I mean, hell, even on this channel, there was a dude that we just I think we talked about it on We Got Your Mail, where somebody was thinking that a voice actor deserved it because of being associated. I mean, so people are nuts. So maybe this game is just pointing out that there are some fans out there who take things too far. They blur lines, they cross lines, and that's probably what this game is just all about. Just a story about things that actually just happened. But let us know what you guys think about the trailer that you saw. Go check it out. It's called Gamer Girl. I think people had a problem with the title too, because it was just like too simple. Like, okay, what are you trying to say? Gamer Girls were like, what the hell are you trying to say? So let us know what you guys say about the whole thing, and we might talk about it on We Got Your Mail. So what is the last trending topic that we have for today?
Oh, Kanye.
I think we should begin every conversation like that. Oh, Kanye.
Oh, Kanye. Rapper Kanye West touched on economic inequality and Harriet Tubman in his own very offensive way in a rambling speech during his campaign rally in South Carolina. Kanye West won't appear as a candidate for president in South Carolina this fall. State election officials say he didn't file a petition to appear on the state's ballot by today's noon deadline. In the video, West begins to cry while saying, "I almost killed my daughter." Before West's confusing display on social media, a separate source told us that the Kardashian family and other close friends were definitely concerned about him. The Heartless rapper was previously hospitalized after... That's the song Heartless. I feel like it made it sound like I was editorializing about him.
We knew what you meant.
Kanye West was previously hospitalized after canceling his tour in 2016 and has spoken candidly about his mental health since being diagnosed with bipolar disorder. In a May 2019 interview with Vogue, Kardashian opened up about how the pair has been working through his diagnosis. Kim Kardashian said at the time, "It is an emotional process for sure. That's my husband. I share every opinion that I have and let him know when I think something's wrong. Or if it comes to him being in the middle of a bipolar episode, I'll do everything to be supportive and help to calm the situation." Oh. Lot to unpack there.
That's some news going there. So yeah, Mr. West has an album coming out. But I watched a little bit of the footage from the people who were there, and they were recording. The first Twitter feed that I saw was from this young lady, and she was like, "I mean, we're not not stupid. We know what Kanye's been going through lately, and we know that he's nowhere near ever going to get us any kinds of real votes. She was like, but I was curious just to see what was going to happen, so I went. And the second he said that Harriet Tubman line, the girl holding the phone was like, "Oh yeah, we gotta go." She was so very clearly audible on it, and she was like, the phone went down immediately, and she just stopped recording. It's like, "Oh yeah, we leaving." That was the first thing she said, because he on his rant, I think he said something like, all Harriet Tubman did was take black people, from slavery and had them working for other white people in the North, and just trivialized it like what are you trying to say, that what was the slavery better? What was your point?
Didn't he also said slavery was a choice at one point.
Exactly.
So I feel like
it's like, I don't. I mean, so obviously, you're having an episode, and you're releasing an album. So that's what's going on. And I felt that, because at first that was the only half of it that I saw, and then later I was seeing more footage of it when he went on the rant about how, I guess, he was sad about the fact that he considered, telling Kim to abort their child, and he cried about it. And the second I saw that, I was like, Kim is gonna divorce you, man, because I don't know how it is in the West family. I mean, congratulations on becoming a billionaire recently, because I was not aware that you became. And I guess that maybe you feel like the power dynamic and shifted in your favor in the house. But look, I don't know how it is in the West Kardashian household, but if you are going to put your personal business out like that in public, and your spouse is like not even there in the room, I mean, you haven't even talked about it. I'm going to say this when I get out there. Okay, all right, it's fine. Just don't cross any lines. Okay, it's fine. No, she's probably at home, and now her phone is blowing up. Your husband just said this, and this in that crowd.
Yeah.
I was not surprised that the very next TMZ or whatever the article was that said, Kim considering leaving Kanye West after that. Yeah, it's amazing.
The longer this goes on, the more it just feels like this man needs help. This man, and like, there is just that weird, like, why is no one in this family, like, Kim Kardashian, like his wife or anybody, like someone needs to be stepping in going, no, we need to like get you some help, not more attention, not a platform, not, imploding sort of in front of a huge national audience.
Right. No, I mean, not to take anything away from his accomplishments. I'm proud of the fact that a person in his situation that I never even knew he was struggling with is still able to. I mean, he came from I'm going through bankruptcy a couple of years ago. I remember hearing that, to now he's $1.3 billion. Like, where the hell? My jealousy is off just through the roof, right? But
no, I don't mean that as a slight. I don't mean it as like, he needs help. I mean that as like,
oh no, he needs help.
Yeah, you are clearly going through some,
but I feel like
right now, and there's no shame in that. But also,
exactly,
you do not need, again, like a huge public platform, and like this is all clearly coming from just not a healthy place.
I mean, he's always had that. You can't, like, he even put it in a song. That was one of his songs. You can't tell me nothing. Like, I think that was the exact lyrics. Excuse me, were you saying something? Nah, you can't tell me nothing. He has that mentality. He's always had that ego. Put $1 billion behind it now, I'm pretty sure it's like, I'm off my meds. I don't give a damn. You're not. I'm just like, you ain't gonna tell me a damn. I mean, it's probably 10 times worse now, and it's just everybody, all of his fans, and I agree. The thing that I hear a lot of people say in chat rooms, and I've said it myself, is ever since his mom passed away, that's when he got worse. Because we saw it was clear as day. It was I remember that month when it happened, and he started getting on stage again. He would do his Dear Mama song and whatnot. He would cry and let his emotions out. Then he got married a little bit later and had his kids and whatnot. But then you started to see it was more than just his ego. Now it was like, okay, there's a problem here. and it was getting worse and worse and worse. And it was just that seemed like that was the tipping point. I also have other theories. I mean, if I go into the political thing, my theory is this is all about Barack Obama. Ever since Obama called him a jackass after what he did with did to Taylor Swift, he got so pissed. So I'm not surprised.
I mean, I feel like the prevalent the theory I keep hearing is he's trying to pull the black vote from Biden and get Trump reelected.
It's not. The black vote isn't that easy. I mean, if that's
I don't think it.
I know. Yeah, I know. That's what a lot of people are being told though, because there were some celebrities who were being corrected. Like, what's her name? What's her name? Is it Will and Grace, actress? Did we talk about that last week?
I don't think so. Deborah Messing?
Deborah Messing, yes. She went through it last week with a political figure, because that was the very thing she said. She's like, Kanye West is trying to take the black vote away from Joe Biden, and one of I forgot her name, but she's a political she's a state, is it Ohio? I think a state senator from Ohio. I forgot her name. A black lady. Oh my God, I'm gonna get trouble from forgetting this name. But she got on Deborah Messing quick, like, about that whole, the black vote isn't that easy to get. This is insulting. She pretty much called her a Karen, pretty much, for making that statement.
And that's the thing. I feel like every black person I've seen responding to that is just going,
like, I ain't voting for that fool.
Like, I'm not voting for him. I'm not, But again, that's definitely the prevalent theory. But honestly, I feel like more than anything, as this goes on, it just does feel more and more like this is the cry for help. Like, this is someone having some kind of breakdown.
Oh yeah,
that is unfortunately just incredibly publicized, and someone needs to get him help.
Oh, I mean, that's. I mean, but the sad thing about it is he keeps making these genius moves and putting himself in these powerful positions. Yeah. Bill Burr even made fun of him years ago. He was like, "I'm the greatest." He said he remembered his wife listening to Kanye West just brag about himself in the background. He wasn't watching it, and then he had that scary feeling like, is this the rise of a new dictator or something? Like, who is this a politician that's talking like this? Who the hell is this guy? And the joke was, he looked over and goes, "Oh, it's just a black guy. Don't worry about it." Because in his theory that crazy black people will only be listened to a certain degree, and then they'll be ignored or something. He said if all that crazy was in another guy, then he said he would have been worried. It was an old Bill Burr joke, but I'm actually thinking about emailing Bill Burr about that and seeing if he can answer my question. Because now look at him.
Put all that crazy in a white guy and we get Trump. Basically,
that was basically his joke. And this was before Trump was elected. But now I'm going to ask Bill Burr now. Now, how do you feel? I mean, this was before he made the $1 billion and all that stuff. Before he married a Kardashian. He still keeps
the truth of it, though. If it's a white guy, we all go, "Oh wait, we elected him."
Yeah, exactly. But when it's Kanye West, it's like, okay, he'll tire himself out eventually. But the guy keeps making money and keeps doing things like getting on the ballot in some cities and some states or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I think that ever since he lost his mom, that he's just been on. And it seemed like Kim was able to be that anchor for her.
I mean, that might have been, I'm not a mental health expert, but that might have been some sort of triggering thing if, since he is bipolar or he has bipolar disorder and that, I could make things up, but
right. I don't want to
clearly there's some stuff at play
if there was
someone who's actually knowledgeable enough to help should be stepping.
Somebody should be able to. I mean, whatever his mom was doing, I mean, you're probably not going to get that 100% from anybody else ever again. I mean, he probably feels about his mother way differently if he'll ever feel about anybody else. But I would assume Kim could be there for that. Maybe not. Maybe if there's anybody else, whoever can.
That's part of it too. I feel like there's a degree of if part of the issue is you need to get out of the public eye and deal with this. The Kardashians are not the support system you need.
Oh my God, I remember that Saturday Night Live sketch where they made fun of that. How the show was about, it was half of it was keeping up with Kardashians, the other half was how many times can we spot Kanye West, and it was just him just kind of sinking out of the camera, always trying to duck. So it's like, you know what? Maybe that's probably it. It seems like the more he craved the attention, the seems like the worse he was doing. So like I said, I'm not a doctor, I can't diagnose it, but let's try that. I always recommend that would be somewhere to start. Let's try that because he did every time he got himself in trouble, he would say something like, you know what, I'm going to focus on the music, or I'm not going to talk about politics anymore. And then all of a sudden things will calm down. And then I guess there's something happens and something happens. But I hope he gets the help that he needs, guys. I guess let us know what you guys think. I'm sure you guys have a lot to say about it, and that's going to lead into the next discussion. Hey. So let us know what you guys think about what's going on with Kanye. Put it in the box below, and we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail. So, guys, I want to thank Amy Newman once again for helping me out with this episode of Talking Through the Medias. Amy, do you want to let the people out there know where they can find you online if they want to?
Oh, online. I was like, my house usually. You can find me on Instagram at amy.n.newman and at Twitter at amy_n_newman, and in your dreams whenever you close your eyes, but not in a cute way. I'm there.
Hey guys, you can always find me at Chris Fagan 1980 on Twitter and on Instagram. I think I'm gonna make some business cards.
Did I throw you off? I'm sorry.
A little bit. I think I'm gonna make some business
cards. Is it
cards.
clear that I'm gonna like Freddy Krueger them? I just want to make sure.
No, wasn't clear at all. No, I mean, you've cleared it up now. But hey, it's fine. Hey, what did Uncle Joey say? Cut it out. No, it's fine. No, it's.
He was useless on that show.
But it's but if you guys want to send us any comments or anything like that you want us to talk about on We Got Your Mail or here on the show, you can send them at T3 Medias, anywhere on Instagram, Facebook, on our pages, on our groups, on Twitter.
Just link them to us real hard. We might get them.
Yeah, we might get them, and just let us know what you guys think, and we'll talk about them right here on the show. And if you want to send us a topic and suggestion, like I said, you can email us mail@t3medias.com. Like I said, I'm Chris Fagan. That's Amy Newman, and this show was streamed to you in front of a live studio audience of the worthy and kind and gentle people. That's you.
I'm gonna kill you in your dreams, though.
What did I do?
Oh, not you, them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. No, you guys are. She's all nice and sweet. Like, she's all like sweet. I'm gonna kill you.
That's like my bit. That's my end the show.
You guys should be afraid. Until next time, guys. Peace.
So unbelievably funny. Like one of those people you just, obviously he's hilarious, but I feel like he's been in so much good stuff, and like growing up on Seinfeld, you kind of take for granted just how funny he is, and to sort of be the standout funny on, one of the funniest sitcoms of all time.